No. Here we go. Oh, it looks like the weather may be interfering a little bit in my... I don't know if it's interfering with y'all's stuff, but it isn't mine. Ah, there's Julie. Julie, hang on. I'm trying to... I know I'm early. I'm just making sure that when it's time to go, I'm ready to go. And I'm trying to get myself into the group page. Oh, wait a minute. We'll just come from this angle. There we go. All right. Hello, ladies. Y'all can hear me okay? All right. This is where I was over on my page a minute ago, working on trying to get myself, I'm working with a new ring light setup, one that this one right here, that is, that you can see the pole where I've got it stuck down into a box. This one actually it's like a shorter one, and I could put it on the desk, but I don't really have room to stick it on my desk. So it is kind of propped up, leveled up on a box over here. Thanks, Julie. I don't have Julie's cool accent. I would try to mimic her, but trust me, y'all really don't want to hear that. Okay. Be kind of like listening to my husband trying to sound Southern. He's so funny. The more he tries to sound Southern, the more like a Yankee he sounds. Y'all give me just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. I realized I still had paint under my nails from earlier when I was painting. Like this right here, I was working on this earlier, and it's almost dry, but it's not dry enough for me. And when I'm done, or since we're waiting anyway, what time is it? Oh, we still got 10 minutes to go. Yes, Julie, yes. But I can sure sound like a demure Southerner if I really, really need to. Ugh. That made my skin crawl just doing it. Just listening to myself. Okay. Anyway, so I was doing this off of a tutorial, and it's about color play, and we're going to come back and I don't know if she's going to draw it. I don't know yet if she's going to draw, if we're going to watercolor some more. But this kind of thing, if I were just to not do what she's doing, this is the kind of thing that I would come back in and I would draw on it. I would find the shapes that I liked or whatever. I would draw on it. I'd make something with that. She's going to too, but I don't know how she's doing it. Me, I would stop right there with the watercolor, and I would just take out pens and pencils and my oil pastels, all kinds of stuff. But this is the side we're going to be working on, because we're going to be working on Bookpages, and evidently I've got some really, really yucky Bookpages in here. We're going to destroy Freud tonight. We're going to destroy Freud. My husband is evidently trying to make me, he thinks he's being funny. And what's going to end up happening is he's going to get a little too close to the desk. Hi, Leah. You loved it, Julie? Yeah. Okay. It's just me and demure are never really heard in the same sentence. So, yeah. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to destroy Sigmund Freud tonight, because I'm going to paint on Freud. I'm going to paint all over Freud's words. Sorry, I knocked the light. Oh my gosh. He can't just leave me alone. Oh, there's my alarm telling me that it's time almost to do the live. Come on, stop. Oh gosh. Okay. How many people have I got so far? 3. Woohoo! The early birds. No, I had said earlier in the thing, I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of talking a little bit, because I think it's close enough. What is this stuff? I need to finish this class. I loved this class. This is all acrylics. And I got to day 3 and I got busy with holiday stuff. I need to go back and finish that. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. And this is how I know this is how I discovered loving to watercolor on Bookpage. This is an old, I don't know, it was one of my mother's. It's probably an old, yeah, it looks like an old mystery novel. She loved her mysteries. And when I'm doing some watercoloring, whenever I'm watercoloring, this is what I clean my brush off on. So I'm not about to waste paint if I can find a way to use it. So what I do is I will I'll wipe my watercolor brush off on these pages before I stick it in the water, so that these make really cool backgrounds, pocket pages. I'll draw on them. Sometimes I'll do fodder doodles on them. You know, whatever I can think of to use them somehow. I mean, they're pretty. I think they're really cool. Look at all the colors. They're really pretty. And this is how I know. I'll tell you another thing I like to do on Bookpages is whenever I'm using my stencils with paint, because I'll use stencils to watercolor with too. Matter of fact, I might drag out a stencil or two. But whenever I stencil, I don't wash my stencils off right away. I'm really bad about that. So what I do is I'll go through a stencil washing purge, and I will get baby wipes, and I will lay the stencil on here. And let me see if I have a painted up stencil that I can show that on. This might work. This might work. Hang on. I gotta grab me some wipes. Gotta grab a wipe. Oh, this works. These are not necessarily baby wipes. I'm sorry, but they're, you know, like same concept. Call them adult wipes, I guess. But anyway, so what I do is I will, because in acrylic paint is water-based, so it'll come off. But once it starts coming off, it will actually, watch it not work. See, it starts, when this dries, you'll get some of the color, the paint color, and you'll get the pattern from the stencil on there. Oh, and hopefully, I'm bad about doing that. I'm always having to set my stuff up underneath something to re-flatten them, because I just, you know, poked them up or something. Anyway, so that's how I do that. What time is it? Well, still got 3 minutes. So let me move these out of the way. Woo! Move that out of the way. And you can't be, I don't know if you can pick it up in the camera, but I'm starting to get, when I'm done using this to clean off that stencil, let me try it on this book. To clean off that stencil, I will have a really pretty, I let it dry out, and then I've got a pretty, this makes really good texture. These things do. These are great for texture, because you see how it's getting paint on it? You see how it's getting paint on it? Yeah. Let it dry out. I have a personal journal cover that I'm currently working on, that I used a manila folder and some dried out baby wipes that I had used cleaning, oh, there we go, that's much better, cleaning stencils with, to cover the manila envelope to make the cover for my journal. Anyway, so it's fun. It's a fun little thing to do. It's a fun little thing to do. Let me set that over there for now. Let me see. Let's just go ahead and get started. It's like a minute till. I'm gonna talk just a little bit about. This is a good idea to keep one of these around too. As you can, oh, you can't see my. Yeah, you can see the gold splatters, all the little paint splatters. I don't really worry too much about when I'm splattering something. Yeah, I just go for it. I figure, you know, this is what this area is for. It's for painting. So, you know, if it gets paint on it, oh well. All right. Hi, y'all. So I am taking over for Sarge tonight. I'm stealing his spot. And will I show the journal the journal cover on the site? Do y'all want me to show you the journal cover real quick before we get started? I mean, it's, and I'm rather proud of it. It is, it's like only, I made this journal when I first started making journals. It's almost full now. I mean, it's like I said, it's my personal journal. And it's like, I don't know, it's like, okay, so like, okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, hang on just a second. We'll get started with this in just a minute. Hang on. So like this journal right here is only the second journal I've ever made. And this right here, this piece right here, is a dried out, decoupaged piece of baby wipe that I had done acrylic painting and wiped things off on. But this is going to actually, this is my idea journal, and I'm going to be using it when I get started on my YouTube channel to put we're going to do like new ideas and fill this journal up. Hang on. But for what you're wanting, this is my butterfly journal, my personal journal. And like I said, this is like the third cover I had ever made. And it's rustic, it's rough. This is not a soft, padded journal. This is a very, very textured, would be probably considered a hardcover journal. And you can see I like a big, fat, chunky monkey kind of journal. And this is, like I said, I've been working on this one for, I started this one, oh, actually, I've got the date in the front. July 20th of last year. This right here, it's got, I've used the envelope to my advantage, and it's got these pockets. The cover has actually got, actually 2 pockets. And I have, this is because as you can see, I like a chunky monkey. I also like to write in my journals. So I have this board. This is just a piece of board for me to stick under the paper to write on. So anyway, that's how but I'm very proud of this journal. I mean, this journal has helped me a whole lot. This was my second personal journal that I went through. My first one, my very, very first one, I'm very, very proud of. I mean, it turned out beautiful. This one I think is going to finish off beautifully. So I need to work in it. I haven't worked in it in a while. And then I used part of the envelope that I cut off because I had decorated before I cut it off. Oh, and look, I didn't even think about this. Sarge, it's a butterfly just for you. It is my butterfly journal. Most of the stuff I stick in here is butterfly themed or spring theme. But I think there's some dragonflies in there too. But it's basically a butterfly journal. Butterfly journal. Oh, Sarah, I know the feeling. I had that problem last night with the cat being in my lap. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Leah. I'm learning. A friend of mine gave me a Works of Jane Austen book, and it's not a fancy old book. I don't know when it was made. I don't know what but anyway, this, and it's got Sense and Sensibility in it. It's got Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, and Persuasion. And I am going to go through this, and I'm actually going to do this as a series on my YouTube channel. So this is what I was talking about kicking off on February 1st. I am actually going to use this and the stories in it and ephemera that looks like it would match the time periods and the themes of what each story is. And I'm going to, go through and I'm going to turn it into a junk journal, but I want to keep some of the stories, a lot of the stories. It's going to be a big journal. But hopefully, this is going to be the first journal I will ever make to try and sell. So, it's going to be interesting. And I want to leave the spine because I want to leave that on there. I want it to be a Jane Austen book, a Jane Austen journal. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Okay, let me get to talking about why we're all here. All right. Oh, over the butterfly. Yeah, Sarah, I know. I don't think I've ever shown that to him, so that will be fun. Okay, so, is anybody going to paint along with me tonight, or are y'all just watching? Let that dry. Come back later and add some more to it. This is a good, handy tool to have if you are watercoloring or acrylic or actually anything, any kind of crafting or anything. It's just a flour sack towel. And when it's done, if I like all the color stuff on it, I mean, I could wash it and probably wash most of this out, but I'm hoping it'll dye. I might coffee dye it when I'm done and see what it does. It'll make great for you know what I'm talking about. All right. So what can we do to Freud tonight? Now, I am going to take out pages as I go, as we need them. Oh, Leah, yay, okay. Leah, is there any any particular thing you want to paint, because I'm gonna just basically what I want to show. And I've never actually shown somebody how to watercolor on an actual book page, so I can only show you what I know. And to do what I plan on doing tonight will be a first for both of us. I'm used to doing that I'm used to just taking one of these pages out of my wipe off book and drawing and coloring it on it. So this is going to be interesting to do it firsthand. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. If you're, Leah, do you have like a hair dryer or you're a newbie with painting and doodling? Oh, fun. Do you have like a hair dryer or a hot gun, heat thing, just to, so that we can dry the paper off? You can dry your paper off? I didn't think to mention that till I thought about it just now. Oh, Sarah. Okay, good. You have a heat gun, Leah? Keep it ready. Okay. Yeah, Sarah, wipe off book. I got tired of putting all my paint in the water. And, I was like, what can I do with this? And then somebody I watch, I got that idea from. And they were doing it with acrylic paint. And I thought, well, you know what? Why not do it with, watercolors too? Oh, I'll tell you something else I like to do is, can you see it? This is the water I was using this morning. I haven't gotten rid of it yet because what you don't see in there, other than that little gnat, don't want him. Okay. I don't know if you can see this when I swirl it, but there's a lot of, cause I use a lot of metallics. There's a lot of glimmer in there, a lot of glimmer. And what I will do is, after I've had a really good watercolor session, I will dye papers, coffee dye, whatever color, colored dye, whatever. And what I do is I actually put the, that shimmery water in with the dye, and, that shimmery water in with the dye, and it gives my paper this really pretty kind of a metallic shimmer to it. It's really pretty. Oh, that is a watercolor bucket. You've got two sides for water. You've got, the bottom where you couldn't see under all my metal stuff. There's like a grid thing on the bottom of it that helps to clean off your brush. It's got little brush holders on the side. It's really cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. Will not watercolor without it. Once I got it. Before that I did, but once I got it, oh yeah. If that thing ever broke, I'd be getting another one. And it has this cool lid that actually you can mix watercolors in there. If you ever do use like a palette or something where you're using watercolors, even if you're like using watercolor in a tube, don't ever wash them off or throw them away. That's good watercolor right there. You can actually use, let's just do a little bit of watercolor 101. Well, at least Melanie's watercolor in 101. Because look, you can spray that. I have a handy bottle of water too. You can spray these down. You can spray down dried up watercolor if you have enough water in your... Oh, hubby, who's determined to mess me up. Honey, can you please refill my water bottle? Thanks, man. I love you. He's so good to me. I don't know why he puts up with me. Yeah, and it will, you just stir it up. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up. Get it all nice and mixed up. And you have watercolor. Thank you. That's fine. Thank you. Okay, so he's letting the dogs in, so be prepared. I will probably get mauled. Okay. And see, like this one, I did this purple over here.
Okay.
You just mix it. I mean, it doesn't even have to be completely dissolved yet. and you will get color from it. So never, ever, ever, like this little piece, this little chunk right here I have just kind of sitting here, that came out of one of my little water palette, I got a whole bunch of different kind of watercolors. It came out of it when I opened it up earlier today. It was just stuck to the side. I was like, ooh, that's good watercolor paint. And I'll mix stuff together. I don't care. Anyway, all right, so there's that. And here's the start of something. So, Leah, the kitty left. I can go sit at the table and paint. Yay, Sarah! So, pretty much, I'm going to set that aside because watercolors. Let me tell you about watercolors for just a minute. Yes, I have a few high quality watercolors. I have a bunch of like tube watercolors. This is actually really cool. It's a coffee-based watercolor. I might try and use that, show y'all how that is. I have gouaches. I don't know who that is, but I'm pretty sure he's kind of expensive because of the way it looks. I mean, I've got a whole range of watercoloring stuff. This is a Daniel Smith watercolor stick. These are, oh Lord, don't get me lying. These are Gansai Tambi. These are Japanese, I believe. Traditional Japanese pan watercolors. These are so wonderful to paint with. Oh my gosh, these are so wonderful to paint with. I am a little bit precious with these. I need to clean this. I used them today on that other thing. But yeah, these are awesome. I love my Tambi watercolors. That's what I call them because I can't pronounce it. I call them my Tambi watercolors. These are from Sketchbox. They're metallics. I had metallic watercolors before I had anything else. As a matter of fact, I got these off of Temu. And as you can see, I have them stuck in there. I have used them a lot. These are probably my favorite metallics. Although I just started using these and they're gonna probably outdo this one. So I might use those. But anyway, but all of this to say, I mean, some of these are higher quality. Some of these are Temu quality. And some of these, and actually, quite frankly, I love these containers. If you can get empty containers like this, if you really get into watercoloring and you get these empty containers, all of these were empty when I got this. This is where I have put, oh, that's acrylic gouache. This is where I've put the watercolor, tubed I can't think, my brain won't work. Tubed watercolor. I've mixed colors. Some of this right here, and I think that right there, that's actually graphite. I think that's graphite too. I think those three right there are graphite. That's a neon. I mean, I throw stuff in here all the time. This is one of my mix and goes. But one of my favorite watercolor sets to use is, believe it or not, just cheap old Crayola. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it's cheap. And, you know, that's me. I'm cheap. Second of all, these little cheap watercolors, and that's probably what I'm going to be using most of tonight. Crayola always has the primaries in their watercolors, primary set in their primary colors in their watercolors. And if you're brand new to watercoloring, and you can't afford the real expensive stuff, here, that's mine collected along the way. I got them on sales. I got them through getting like boxes, like you know how you get subscription boxes and stuff like that. So I got mine. I don't think any of them, no, I take that back. The Tambi I probably paid full price for, because you just can't get it pretty much any other way. Sketchbox, every once in a while, might stick a single half pan in there. But anyway, so we're going to use Crayola. But if you don't have the proper color, here's how you mix colors. Get your little paints wet. Get you a good wet. You want your paintbrush to be wet. Okay? So let's say you don't have purple in yours. Grab you some red. Put it on the back side. This is called a watercolor palette. Grab some of that red. Stick it in there. Put it on there. Then come back. Ooh, wipe it off, wipe it off, wipe it off. Don't waste that. Clean your brush off. Come back and grab you some of this blue. Might want to put a little more red in it. But see, that gave it a violet color. Look at that. Oh, that actually made it a pretty navy blue. Grab some more red. Now, me, I don't care if I have tainted my watercolors. My watercolors get tainted all the time. Add a little more red. Let's see if we can't get this a little more purpley. I'll tell you something else. If you'll add the blue, that will give you a really pretty purple. See, there we go. There's some purple. Now, let me show you something that will give you a really good. Put a little orange in there. Put a little orange in there, because you get a little yellow. Orange actually will brighten it up. I'm sorry, I take that back. It made it brown. It made it dark. What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. I don't have enough of something in there. Maybe I need a little more blue. Look at me trying to be all color fine, and that sure. Okay, so evidently orange, red, and blue will give you brown. But let me show you. If you ever do that, if you ever make your colors brown, oh yeah, Leah, those Tambis they're amazing. They're amazing. If you ever make the color brown, if you can remember what colors you made it with, like, so I used orange, blue, and red. So I'm going to come back in here and stick a bunch of this blue in here. See? Now I'm getting, oh, that's a pretty kind of bluish turquoise, isn't it? So let's come and put, it's a greeny color. Look at that. That's pretty. So hopefully if I add some more red in it, we'll get back to a purple color. There's a exercise that I do every once in a while in my watercolor book that's really cool. See, now we've got an almost black color. Let's see if we can get, I bet you we can get it back to red. But anyways, what you do is you make what's called a mother color, and you pick 2 to 4 colors. You mash them all together till you get mud, till you get brown. Ooh, now we're getting a pretty purple. Look at that. Until you get, you know, a good muddy brown. And then what you do is you go through with each color and add each color back in to see what color it creates from the mother color. See? We'll have to do that as an experiment one time. Do mother color painting is what I call it. And as you take it back, the theory is that you should be able to put enough of one of those colors back in it that you turn it back to the color you're adding. So in other words, I keep adding red. So I don't know. I probably have to add a whole lot of red because I've already put a lot in here. But see, oh no, see, look, here, look, it's turning red. It is turning red. Look at that. I don't know how well y'all can see it. But yeah, it's turning a deep, almost maroon color. So you don't need, I have made all of these colors. All of these colors. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. We are getting back to red. See? Look at that. We are getting back to red. I made all of these colors from Crayola, blue, red, and a little bit of orange. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Can y'all see those pretty good? See that? Just from 2, 3 Crayola colors. So don't think you need fancy paints. Don't think you need them, because you don't. And I don't have you been experimentally colorifying is a word, Sarah. I'm also a poet, if y'all don't know that. I haven't written in a long time, but I am a poet, and I can make up words. I call it artistic freedom. So colorifying is a word if I need it to be. Okay, now that I've been hoity-toity about my poetry stands, whatever you call it. Anyway, Leah, are you trying this along too, mixing some colors? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so let me clean that brush really good. Set that aside for a second. I'm going to find something to do with that. Ooh, that'd be pretty to kind of cut up and make washi. Oh, I can make washi, little small washi strips with that. Ooh. Okay, I got to let that dry. All right, I don't want to mess with that anymore. I was going to keep on messing with it, but oh yeah. Spell check didn't think it's a word. You know what? You know what spell check can do? Yeah, sure can. Spell check sure can. Yeah, yay, Leah, good. Okay, now, so, and as you can see, I have used this one for that. You basically use this one up for that purpose. I now use this to just mix random things in. I'm bad. I don't get rid of anything. All right, so what are we going to do? Okay, so get your paintbrush. I call it they just call it a mop brush. That's what I've seen other people call it. And I'm just going to get it wet with some clean water. Now, if I were doing this on watercolor paper, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use it to just I'm going to slather some water onto my paper. Get you a nice good, in different shapes. Get you a nice good, now that's going to soak up pretty good, but that's okay. But you want it nice and watery. And just make you some shapes on there. But don't get it on the rest of the paper. Just get your water in the shapes. So I'm going to start with those 2 shapes and see. No, because I don't like that. It's supposed to be a square. Let me make me a little square down here. I want a square. Can you spare a square? There's not a square to be spared. I'm sorry, I don't have a square. If you know, you know. It's not a square to spare. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to take my pointy brush. Yeah, this will tell you how good of an artist I am, because, you know, I know all the names to these brushes. This is a number 10 pointy brush. And I am going to, let's start off with this bluish purple color, whatever it was I made off of here. And I want, you got to get it, although I'm gonna have to add some more. I'm gonna add some more to it, because you want your brush really saturated. That tip of your brush, you want it really saturated, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in here and just kind of press it to the paper some, and then just kind of swash it. Look at there, smiley face, didn't even think about that. And just you're just gonna let the color do what it does, and you're just gonna kind of let it flow. Make sure you've got really wet. You want your brush really, really wet. Dip it back in if you have to, because you want this color to flow. You want it to really, really kind of get into that. Okay? And then wipe it off on your little. This is why I get, because I do stuff like this, so I always end up with a lot of color. That's why I was getting tired of wasting so much color. And I started doing that because when I do this, I'm not trying to like color it. Like, I'm wanting to mix things. Like, I'm gonna grab some yellow up here, and let's see what yellow does. And you don't want to necessarily put it like right on you want to put it to where it's going to maybe kind of bleed in, but not necessarily mix it on top of the color. See how it's kind of bleeding? Like I said, I'm used to doing this on a watercolor, and if you pick up your paper and kind of swirl it around, let those colors play, let them be free. Free colors, be free, free. This book page paper does not allow for too much to sit right on top of it. It soaks in. So I've got some yellow in there, and we've got some blue, and it's starting to kind of wish together. Wish, wish. Okay, let's see. Do I want to add, you know what? I'm going to use my fancy new metallics. Where's my spray bottle? Alright, so let's see. What other color do I want to put in there? I want to try to avoid making it look muddy. So you want to try and stick with colors that are going to blend. So I'm going to throw some red in here and see if we can throw out some purples. Let's see if we can stroke out some purples in here. So I'm kind of pulling this red through the blue and yellow. And pulling it out some, just trying to. And see how it, can you see how it's starting? See how it's starting to make these patterns down here? Those really cool patterns. Pick your paper up, turn it around. Now we can kind of take it out of the circles some and let some of that new color we've made play on the rest of the page. How you doing there, Leah? Hey, TC! It's my buddy, TC. What you doing, TC? You ignoring me? Like I ignore you? All right, so let's see. Let's add. I don't want to get all of the spaces all watered up, but I do want a little more, a few more watery spots that I can add. What, I've got a dog under me pushing me out of the way. What do you want, girl? Let's see. See if you can get it to make an actual puddle on the page. Woohoo! Just kind of loosely drag it around. Drag it through things. Get those colors to mix. Get those colors to mix. I want a different color. Hang on. I actually am going to throw. Now, see, I can actually throw some purple in here because the purple actually will blend with the other colors. I want me a nice, good, watery circle of purple. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put me some good, watery circles of purple here. And I am going to tip my paper around. So let me get some good. Ooh, my brush off paper is starting to look pretty. And then let's tip the paper around. Swirl it around really good. Sorry, y'all, I can't tip my paper and not tip it so you can see it at the same time. Just let it flow. All kinds of, ooh, get your water. If you got a squirt bottle, squirt it down a little. Make that water run. Y'all want to try an experiment? Because I happen to have sitting behind me a bottle of alcohol water. Do we want to see what alcohol might do to it? Yes, no? Oh, yay, Sarah. Hi, TC. You watching me, darling? Leah, you made mud, so you're starting over. No, don't. Go in with some of the other colors and pull them out. Or, if I accidentally make mud, I will take metallic. If you have some metallic colors, do this. I will take metallic colors and I will go in and make puddles of metallic colors, bright metallic colors in there, or neon colors or something like that. But if you don't, start over. It's up to you. But does anyone else want me to? I think this is, hang on, making sure. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! Yeah, that's alcohol water. Let's see what it does. Nothing. Woohoo! I think I'm supposed to do that when it's dry. I think it's when it's dry, I think it's acrylic paints are when you put a metallic water in. Okay, so I need to let this dry. Let's let this dry. Again, like I said, this particular procedure I have not done. So y'all pardon me a second while I dry my paper. Ooh, look, if I put it on high, is it going to push it around? Ooh, yeah. Look at that. It's pushing it around. Woohoo! Woohoo! Ah! Watch out, people! It's a storm! It's a storm! Oh, no, Mr. Bill! I'll teach you to be wet on my watch. Not on my watch. We won't be wet on my watch. You know what? Since I'm waiting for Leah to make herself another one, I will make me another one too. And we'll set this aside and let it finish drying as is. Ooh, yay! And Sarah, you're trying to catch up some too, so I'm going to do another one. Y'all let me know when you are ready to dry your papers, and I'll finish drying my other one so that we can get to the doodling portion. So I'm just going to quietly work until I see somebody. Well, I say quietly. You know, that's relative. I don't know that I stay so quiet all day that, you know, pretty much the only person I talk a lot to is, you know, me. Yeah, oh well. It is what it is. Okay. Let's see. What color do I want to throw in? You know what? I didn't do anything metallic on that page. That's okay. We're going to start with yellow. And we're going to blurb some yellow in here. And over here. I'm blurbing my colors. Blurb, blurb, blurb. Blurb, 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 blurb. Oh, that's not the right page. How did I do that? Let's do the yellow and the purple and see what we get. I'm not dotting my colors this time. I'm blurbing them. These are all very technical painting terms. So pay attention, take notes if you need to. So next, I need to do another day of watercoloring on actual watercolor paper too, because the paints will react very differently when you do this on actual watercolor paper. This is cool, and it's behaving much. I mean, I'm learning new stuff because I did not expect the colors to behave the way they're behaving. It's pretty metallic blue. Ooh. It's kind of hard for me to tell y'all what I know about it when I don't know nothing, man. I like that metallic blue. That's a pretty color. Let's make us a little heart over here. Just 'cause. Just 'cause. Oh, you know what? Let's do this too for when Sarge watches. Now, I make crappy butterflies, but they are good enough that you can tell that's what I'm trying to make is a butterfly. A flutterby. A flutterby. Bye-bye, little flutterby. Bye-bye. Let's give our little flutterby a butterfly flutterby. Let's give him a body. Couple little little antennas. Little antennas. There you go, Sarge. There's you a butterfly, a flutterby. There's you a flutterby. You want me to give him some pretty dots? How about we give him some pretty yellow dots? There you go, Sarge. There's you a flutterby. Gotta go sort hubby out, but love your watercoloring. Bye, Julie. Tell Neil hello. Okay, so Sarah, I'm sorry, I'm reading now. Have you told everyone to save their papers for February swap? Sarge and I are working on it now. No. So, save your book papers that you're painting right now for the February swap. I don't know what it's going to be quite yet. But Sarah and Sarge will let you know. But evidently they're going to be using these papers. All right, so I'm going to add some of this metallic yellow over here to my papers. Swipe this around. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I got to do this before I mess up Sarge's butterfly. Okay. Now, let me kind of swirl these around. I played with the heart and the butterfly too long. They're not really going to swirl much. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. We will make it through the fight. Let's put a little red in there. Let's put a little more red. Some red. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use some of this back here that I made. I don't know what color it is now, but we're about to find out. We're about to find out. Y'all coming along to find out? Let's find out. Let's find out what color I've made back here. Ooh. Interesting. It is a purplish maroon color. Ooh, that's kind of fancy. I got fancy with that one. Thank you, TC. Now, let me get back to just the regular red. Now that it won't be regular red because I kind of tainted it with that other color. But that's okay. I'll get it back. It's making a purty maroon though, huh? All right, let me see if I can get it to swish a little bit. Will it move for me? Will it move? No, this just doesn't work as well on Bookpage to move it around. I have to have it really kind of wet. Let me see if I can get it to move a little bit. Let's add a little water. If you're ever wanting to get it to move around like I'm trying to do here, just add a little water to your brush. Oh, see, there we go. There we go. Now it's moving, see? Just add a little water to your brush and kind of swipe it through. Just kind of swipe it through. Make little swirlies. Make yourself some little swirlies out of it. Through there. See, little swirlies. All right. So are y'all ready to dry paper yet? What time is it? Okay, so we still got about 20 minutes. Y'all ready to dry paper yet? Yes, no, possibly, maybe? Ooh, I didn't think to bring my Sprite in. Yours is dry. Okay, good. You're ahead of me. All right, so I'm going to set this one aside for a minute. Actually, I'm going to put it up here and kind of dry it along with this one. I'm going to try the alcohol water up here on this and see what it does. Ooh, interesting. Okay, close your ears. We're going in. I say that. That alcohol does make it move around some. A little squirt of alcohol I put on there does make it move around. I'm getting this one dry. Oh. My papers are going everywhere, man. Ow! 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 Give him a cold blast. Give him a cold blast. That'll teach you. That'll teach you. Oh, I love how these just have kind of come out real kind of spring colory looking. Okay, now listen, folks. Alrighty. This one's dry enough. This one will be. I'll set that one to the side. This one's dry enough. I think this one's dry enough to dry. Ah, but it's hot. Hang on. Let me give it I've got like a cool blast on my hair dryer. Cool my paper down. All right. All right. Sarah, are you ready? I love that. That's got the metallic. It's got some metallic blue and yellow in it. I think those are the only two I put in there. Nice. It's not dry enough yet, though. That's okay. Set it over to the side. Now, hang on. I'm going to tell you, y'all, I don't know about y'all. Y'all do it however y'all want to. But I do not close my watercolors until they are 100% completely dry, because you never know what they've really used. I mean, unless you know for sure, you know, what they've used. You never really know what they've used in there. And if you close up wet watercolors, you're likely to get molding. So just a little hint. All right, so I'm going to take that off because I need that cardboard is not easy to doodle on. Now, if I were had this taped down, I would have just left it that way and done what I could do and, you know, just worked with it. But since I don't have it taped down, I'm going to do it this way. Look how pretty that is. See, look how pretty that turned out on the back. Now, that's something I didn't even think about. Look at that. Because that doesn't do that, at least not on the watercolor papers I've used. Does that do that? That's the back side. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Sarah, mold. Metallic paints, Sarah, are not as expensive as you think. You can get nice metallic paints for cheap. You really can. I really, most of the metallic paints I have, this is the only metallic set that I have that is probably higher end. And it's just Sketchbox brand. I'm used to using metallic paints from Temu. And they have all worked very well for me. So I don't try to, you know, my watercolor, yes, do I like nicer ones? Yes, they'll tend to be a little more pigmented. And they're good, but I'm not a watercolorist. I am a waterplayerist. Watercolor playerist. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm not worried about all that. I just, as long as they paint for me and I can make them work, there you go. All right, so let's see. What is this? Oh, but that's walnut. I don't want brown. I don't want brown. I want black. I'll use this one. I tell you, what else is really pretty on watercolors is ink pen. So a regular ink pen. Like, let me show you on the back side of this one. This is one of my favorite doodle fodder kind of pens. This Pentel fine point black ink pen. I don't even think it's a gel pen. I think it's actual ink pen. And it draws so well on watercolor. See how pretty that is? I mean, it draws beautifully on watercolor. It really, really does. And then this is a Unipen fine line. This one is fade proof, waterproof. It's a pigment ink, so it should be, what's it called? That's another reason why I like the ink pens, is because they tend to be more archival. And these are what a lot of people will use for like Zentangles and stuff like that. And it's just darker. I mean, you got a darker, thicker line with it. But these are actually, this is, the ink pens to doodle with are my favorite too. All right, now, basically, what I do is I just go through and I look for pretty shapes, and I just kind of will outline the pretty shape. Sorry, y'all. When I doodle, I get quiet because I get concentrating. I love doodling. I can't draw, so I love doodling. I try not to cover all those little fine feathery points. Now, something else you can do, and I'll show you on the, let me turn this over again. I'll show you on the back side. Is if you want to get kind of neurography about it, you can just come through and just do some neurographic lining and scribble lines. then you can come in and actually doodle inside of these. You know, you can do all kinds of doodling and mark making just inside of these. See how fun that is? And just go in and do different things inside of each one. See, now I'm going to have to make this a front and back kind of piece, huh? And I have a two-sided piece of paper. See, you can go inside each one of those and doodle. Or you can do like this is, like I'm doing with this one. See, and I don't just, I like that. I don't know why, but I just like that right there. I like that piece right there. I like that. I also like this little area right here. I'll go in and find little areas that I particularly like. And I will doodle those in. I like them when they look like a little landmass, because then I can make them look like a little map to my own little world. See, and these are my land masses, and this is the ocean. And here's my own, this is the tiny little island where I rule everybody from with an iron, with an iron fist. With a, you know, iron fist, but evidently a glass wrist. Okay. And if they don't do what I like, I'm going to put them in the upside down. And then I'm going to come through and I'm going to dot them all from the other side. I'm going to dot them all from the other side. And then I'm going to bring the upside down monster into it. And if y'all are wondering, yes, this is how I doodle. This is often the stuff that goes on in the house when my husband's not home. Is I talk to myself like this. I often talk to my dogs like this. And that's TC. I sometimes talk to TC like that. Or is it Dadaloo I talk to like that? TC, do I talk to you like that? Sarah, why am I have to go look on it. Someone gave me a gift card for Christmas. Ooh, yeah, Sarah, do that. And I'm killing, do I know how hard it is? Oh, yeah, I do know how hard it is to doodle when you're laughing. I really do. Because I crack myself up sometimes. I really do. Sometimes I will say stuff and I will just get giddy. Anyway, so that's what happens to my lands when they're not doing what they're supposed to. So I put them in the upside down. How many of y'all have seen Stranger Things and know what I'm talking about with the upside down? You know, it would help when I ask y'all these questions if I actually turn to look and see if y'all are answering them. How you coming along, Leah? TC, you still alive in there? Now, I'm going to do something, which is why I told you if you want to add more, you can use colored pens. You can use, I like, for mark making. Oh, hang on. I got to close one drawer to get into the other. Oh, those aren't my oil pastels. You know what, though? I have got... Let's see these. I've got these. I'm going to see how these work. I'm going to try them on my other side first. I got these in some eBay. But I tell you what, eBay, besides land masses. Yes, I am having a blast, I would say. Oh, hi, Susie. When did you slip in here? You need help with doodling? What kind of marks do I make? You know what? Look on here. Doodling is just, you make what you want to. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm actually using this side to test these little crayons. and see what kind of marks they make. Let's see. Let's put it here. Let's see. Ooh, these crayons work good on here. Look at the little circles I can make on this side. Ooh, I like these. Okay, I don't know where I got these. I was trying to say, if you go on eBay, look under the auctions and put in that you want to go 99 cents to $10. And a lot of times you can get like art supply auctions, Leah. So, oh, put in whatever you want. Oh, I already answered that, didn't I? You just put in like 99 cents to whatever. I'm usually not willing to go past $10. And then you pull up a bunch of lots and you'll get all kinds of. I've gotten some of the best and oddest stuff. Like these came from one of my eBay bid wins, and I haven't tried them till now, and I kind of like these. Kind of like that. Kind of digging that. Let's see what the other colors do. Let me try this green. We're going to try it on my landmass side. Let's go to my little country, and let's take the green, and let's do on this, we'll try here in this area right here, and I'm just going to put some little curves. Let's see what little green curves do. Leah, can you see some of the marks I'm making? Can you see? Do I need to push this up a little closer? Susie, you missed the butterflies we made for Sarge. Yeah, Susie, hang on. I'll show you. See, we thought of Sarge and made a little butterfly. Let me see. I like that green. Let me come in over here with this one and do some dots. I like that. That green looks good. I don't know if y'all can see it. You can't see it? Okay. Hang on. Is that better? Oh, let me actually get it in frame. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I took it out of frame. Never mind. Sorry, I think my hand is shaking, Leah. Let me darken them a little bit. Can you see what I did there, Leah? Yeah, that crayon doesn't show up very well on the camera, does it? It looks good in person. So let me show you. Let me do this. Let me turn over to the other side here for a second. And let me show y'all some examples of different with my pen that y'all can see. Hang on. So there's the little dots like I did right there, where you just literally just kind of pounce your pen up and down. Just pounce your pen up and straight up and down, and you're making little dots. That's mark making. That's part of mark making. You can also do little like, let me do one in a little bigger. You can do curved lines. This is one of my favorites. I do a lot of curved lines. You can do curved lines. These are curved lines as well. This that I did right here, that's curved lines where you take them from a central spot. There's little circles. Put you some circles in there right up next to each other without interlocking, and then darken in, if you want to, you don't have to, darken in the little spaces around it like that. You could go in there and put a bunch of X's or plus marks, little crosses, whatever you want to call it, or whatever you want to put in there. I mean, this literally is doodling. Think about when you would sit in class in school and you were bored and you would just start marking on your papers. This crayon isn't resisting though, Sarah. It's just not very dark is all. It is literally not resisting. It is writing on top of this. Now, I don't think it would write on wet, but it is writing on top of this very well, on top of this dried watercolor. But anyway, so yeah, just go in and make whatever kind of little lines you want to make. You know, I like to do things like this. And if your watercolors did like my watercolors and actually went through the page, then you have got yourself a double-sided paper automatically. My dog sounds little. Which, do you hear my dog snoring from over there? That one is my little dog. That's my little old lady pug. But I also have 6 pit bulls that aren't little. I like to go back in here sometimes and I like to color them in. I hope somebody's keeping up with the time for me because I quit looking. And I don't want to keep y'all too long. So Leah, have you kind of got the idea of doodling? Now you can also, if you will also just Google doodle marks and mark making, you'll get all kinds of examples of different patterns and different things you can do and follow. You heard barking? Did my dog, probably, you may have. Oh yeah, that was my other little dog. I got 2 little dogs. That's Bing, and he's a Pomeranian pug mix. And that bark you hear, yep, there he is his little palm side that drives me crazy. Finally, if you water the painting, you want to make sure when you're painting on this, you want it to be very wet when you're doing what we're doing, because if you don't get it very wet, that color's not going to move. See, like you can see on here, see like where this never did really go anywhere like this? That's because I did that on dry paper and I did not go back and re-wet it. All of this is where I went in and used wet on wet. And it makes it spread and it made it go through. What color is he? He's my palm. He wasn't my palm. He was my brother-in-law's palm, who was an old man and not supposed to be able to do anything. Well, guess what? He did. So now, and I kept one of the puppies because he's cute. So now I can and that's what I make. That's what makes all these cool shapes after it dries. And it actually, you don't always have to dry it with a hairdryer. I did that for time's sake. They actually turn out so much prettier when you let them dry naturally, because, well, at least on watercolor paper. I haven't tried it on here yet. I'll have to do another one when we get off of here and let it dry naturally. But when you let it dry naturally on watercolor paper, it will actually, you can see it spreading even more, and you'll get all these cool lines and stuff like that. And I'm wondering if some of what I got on here, some of this muddleness, this mottled color that I got, wasn't from where I sprayed it with some, I want to try on this. I'm going to try it because this is almost dry. So I'm going to see what happens if I put just a few spurts of, that's the alcohol. It's not straight alcohol. It's alcohol water. I don't think it's straight. You know what? I have no idea. Woo! No, I think that may be straight alcohol. Yeah, it didn't really do anything. Just kind of re-wet it, and we'll have to play. I'll have to come on sometime or I'll do it on my YouTube channel, and I'll show y'all playing with acrylics and alcohol. Is fun. Fun. How you doing, Leah? Leah, am I saying your name right? Is it Leah? Oh, Leah, I used to think the same way. I could make anything out of paper, but I used to didn't think I could draw or anything until I started doodling. And now it's the sky's the limit. You love the painted pages. You need more practice with doodling. Get yourself a dedicated, just go buy yourself a little cheap sketchbook. Just a little cheap from Walmart or something. Or get yourself a bunch of notebook paper. Okay? And just, thank you. I'm glad. I hate saying people's names wrong. And just use that book to do nothing but doodle. Go, like I said, go online and find, you'll find online and on Pinterest too. Really, Pinterest is really good for this. Just stick in doodling marks, mark making, stuff like that. And you'll get like whole lists of different marks and patterns and all kinds of stuff. And put them in your doodle book. Put them in your doodle book. And that way you have something to go back and reference. I have got whole pages in my doodle books, in my in my sketchbooks that are nothing but different examples of different kinds of doodles. Here's one of my favorites. Let me see on this side. I call it the Celtic circle, but I don't know what it's really called. I tell you a good way to learn how to doodle too. Look up on YouTube. What's she called? Minutes of Zen. And it's all about Zen tangling. If you will do, or just look up Zen tangling, but Minutes of Zen, Kelly Bowden, she's really good. And if you learn how to Zen tangle, and I'm telling you, you can, because if I can, anybody can. If you Zen tangle, you will get hooked on it, especially once you figure out you can do it. You'll get hooked on it, and you will learn how to doodle and create like that. You call that a target. What's it? Oh! I just looked at it in my computer. Yeah, I guess it does look like a target. That's a good idea. I looked up some when I was making pages and writing my... Yeah. Oh, hang on. It's telling me to see more. You have time. Okay, yeah. Dedicate a sketchbook to nothing but doodling. You will be amazed at what you get out of it. And look up hieroglyphs. Look up like rune marks, Celtic marks, things like that. Those make awesome doodle marks and mark making. What time is it? Oh my gosh, ladies, I'm so sorry. Do y'all have any more questions? I've kept y'all way longer than I should have. Do y'all have any more questions or anything before we go? I don't like that side as much. I'm in Just Lane Mixed Media Group. I'm in Just Lane Mixed Media Group. Does a lot of doodles. Linda Latham Hollers is the admin. Ooh, Sarah, invite me to that one. I want to check that out. Leah, good. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. Come on though. I tell you what, if y'all will tell me things that you would like to see, more doodling. I can't really teach Zentangling because you have to be a certified Zentanglist to do that. But A lot of Zentangles are nothing more than doodles. So if y'all want me to do a quick doodling thing, or some more, if you want me to do this again, but on watercolor paper, I can do another one of those, and I'll just do them as lives on my channel, and I'll tag y'all in them. Or if he wants me to come back, I will. So, yeah, so y'all, me too, Sarah, if you didn't hear me, I want to check that group out. I love any group that does doodling and Zentangles. And if you haven't looked up neurographic art, oh, do that. That's basically what this is. This is neurographic. This scribbling like this, that's neurographic art, and it's based on a psychological tool, essentially, called Neurographica, and it's really cool. It's really, really cool. Which one would you love to see, Leah? The doodling? Me doing doodling, or me doing this on watercolor paper? On watercolor paper. Okay. All right. Yeah. I will ask Sarge if I can just come back on the group and do it, and or I can just do it as a live on my own group, and then I can, because either way, I'm gonna put this one and whatever else I do up on my YouTube channel, because that's why I like doing these lives, because I stick them on my YouTube channel. All right then, ladies. If that's all, I have kept y'all way past my bedtime. Excuse me, way past TC's bedtime if she's still here. She's old. We have to make sure she gets to bed on time. And if she missed that, I'm so sorry. That was perfect. And I'm going to finish up this tonight. I think that's what I'll go sit in bed and do is doodle up on this. And I will get it posted as soon as I'm done with it. All right. And after this one dries real good, I will color up on it too. Oh, look, see, look, it did it on the back side too. Not near as much as this. I put a lot more water on this one. But look at that. I could still do something on that. Yay. All righty. You're on the West Coast. I envy you. Okay. All right. And then what did I say a minute ago I was going to do one more of these with? I don't know. Oh, so I can let it air dry and you can see. So that's what I'm fixing to do. I'm fixing to do another one of these, let it air dry so that you guys can see, and so that I can see on Bookpage how it looks if it's been air dried. All right, ladies. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you so, so much for joining me and playing along. I had a good time, and I will see y'all next time. Don't forget to post your things when you're done with them so I can see what they look like. Thank you, ladies. Have a good night. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.